Hey everyone, Surferboy here. Today I'm bringing you a guide for the Golgoroth challenge mode in the King's Fall raid. For those that don't know, Bungie has released a set of challenge modes for the 3 main boss encounters in the raid. The challenges require players to defeat the boss using specific mechanics. So, the Golgoroth challenge. The challenge is thus: during a damage phase, each player must hold Golgoroth's gaze until all 6 captures are drained, or until Golgoroth is defeated. This means that no one can take his gaze twice during a damage phase. So first of all, assign your players 1 through 6. Each player will take a position near one of the orbs. The arena is set out in a horseshoe shape with 3 orbs along each side. For clarity's sake, I'm going to be assigning the orbs a letter and a number. On the left we have L1, L2, and L3, and on the right we have R1, R2, and R3. But the only orbs you need to worry about are L1 and R1. Here's where it can get a little bit confusing. You need to make player 1 take L1 and player 6 take R1. These will be the most important roles. Player 2 should take R3, with players 3, 4 and 5 taking the rest. So once everyone is standing in their position, let them know the order that the gaze will be captured. And the order is this: starting at L1, then R3, L2, R2, L3, and then finishing on R1. Once everyone is sure of their positions, start the boss fight. Summon Golgoroth, kill the acolytes, and then everyone gathers around L1. Prepare the orb, and then player 1 takes Golgoroth's gaze. Once the gaze has been captured, all 5 players jump down, pop tether and weapons of light, and deals damage. At 5 to 10 seconds remaining on the gaze, player 2 moves to R3 and takes the gaze. When this happens, all the other players move to their previously assigned orbs. Then you pass the gaze around, from R3 to L2, from L2 to R2, and then R2 to L3. When L3 has the gaze, all other players must take down the R1 bubble. As it's going down, player 6 takes the gaze and all 5 people jump down and deal damage to Golgoroth. Once the gaze runs out, everyone jumps out of the pit and prepares for the next damage phase. And that's all there is to the strategy. I really prefer the 2 orb strategy, as it allows you to finish the fight in 2 phases as opposed to 3 or even 4. However, if your team is running into issues with the last orb, you can switch back to the normal 1 orb strategy. The reason that the 2 orb strategy is useful is that the last person who's going to be taking Golgoroth's gaze is going to have the gaze for the full duration, regardless of whether or not you choose to use an orb. So because they have to suffer the entire duration, you might as well use it to your advantage. There's some other non-vital tips to keep in mind. Firstly, if you're not holding Golgoroth's gaze, kill the ads in the pit. There's nothing worse than jumping down amidst 20 cursed thrall and causing a wipe because of the explosion. However, you only really need to worry about that if you're using the 2 orb strategy, because if you're using the 1 orb strategy, you're not going to go back down there. Secondly, another good tip is that player 1 can be constantly calling out what's happening. For instance, when Knowledgeable had the gaze, I would let PJ know to take the gaze whenever he was ready, and then I would direct everyone to take down the R1 orb. Sometimes this constant chatter can help players who don't remember what to do next, or if it's getting a little too hectic, it can help draw a line of focus through the chaos. If you're doing this on hard mode, remember that one person will receive the unstable light, a debuff that will explode, causing damage to your allies. Make sure to take note if you've got it and leave enough time for you to run away from your team. So that's it, Golgoroth challenge mode. If you found this useful, be sure to hit that like button, and if you'd like to see some more, click subscribe. And as always, stay awesome.